This is John Judis. I'm a senior editor at the New Republic, and this is my chance to dance with the stars. I had an argument with Josh Marshall at Talking Points about what was the dirtiest campaign recently, and he thought the McCain campaign was, and I thought the Bush-Dukakis campaign in 1988 was, but I'm having second thoughts. Now, if you don't remember the Bush-Dukakis campaign, it was a very subtle campaign. Bush ran all these ads about a revolving door for convicts with a kind of swarthy but ambiguous-looking guy going through them, whom everybody at the time assumed was Willie Horton. So Bush could say, I'm not being a racist, I'm not using racist fears, but in fact he was, and he was doing it subtly. Now, what about the McCain campaign? There have been a lot of instances where I think that the McCain campaign has used subtle instances of racism or nativism.
John McCain, the American president Americans have been waiting for.
There's an implied comparison that your opponent isn't really an American. It's not necessarily conscious, it's unconscious. The second thing I'd cite is the current campaign about socialism. Now, everybody knows that McCain's not talking about the progressive income tax. What he's really talking about, and this became clear on Larry King last night, is one group being favored over another. One group paying taxes so another group, which is not working, can live off the wages that the other people contribute. What's that? That's again a recurrent theme that Republicans have come up with against since the 1970s. It's about welfare queens. It's about whites paying their taxes so that lazy, indolent, unemployed blacks can live off them. It's not explicit, but again, it's called up. I think it's an example, again, of dirty campaigning. Now, there's also been, in the Republican campaign this year, a kind of overt dirty campaigning. Leaflets put out by Virginia Republicans that have the word evil and a picture that looks very much like Obama on it. And McCain himself has distanced himself from those things. But in the last week, he's done something which I would say goes beyond subtlety and starts to approach overt dirty campaigning. And that is his use of the Palestinian scholar Rashid Khalidi from Columbia, and accusing Obama in this case of consorting with somebody that McCain has compared to a neo-Nazi. Now, Khalidi has views which a lot of people disagree with, but he's a respected scholar. I happen to have read 2 of his books and think very well of him. He's for a negotiated two-state solution. You would find Khalidi's views among many Israelis, particularly on the left. So there's nothing that I'd say that would qualify this man to be smeared as a neo-Nazi, but yet McCain has used exactly that kind of comparison, saying that that Obama being on the stage with him was tantamount to his McCain being on the stage with a neo-Nazi. That goes over the bounds as far as I'm concerned. That does call up the worst in American politics: Joe McCarthy, Martin Dies, the worst of Southern racism. And I think it is a case when McCain himself has gone beyond dirty campaigning to doing something that is simply dishonorable. So in this case, I think I'm going to have to agree with Josh Marshall and consider that this might be the dirtiest campaign I've seen in a long time.